Hello and welcome to Listen Bitch. Listen Bitch 2025 is finding its rhythm. It's getting in its new sexy vibes perfectly. We are talking about kissing.
Kissy wissy.
Look how hot you look in that magazine cover next to you, on the cover of Elle.
Look
at you.
Say October 2009.
Oh, babes.
A long time ago.
Look, and you really don't even look that much different. You look fucking great at the moment, by the way.
Thank you so much. That's very kind of you to say so.
You really
look
do.
Wonderful too. Wonderful.
Do you think?
Yes.
I feel a bit unkissable right now. Maybe this will get me back in my kissy place. Let's have our first question for today's Listen Bitch kissing themed. Listen Bitch.
Hi, Lily and Miquita. It's Hayley from Reading. When I heard your theme for this week was kissing, I had to message in because kissing is a hot topic in our house because it's just not my vibe. Never has been, never will be. Don't love it. Don't mind a peck on the lips, but someone's tongue in my mouth is a hard no. But my husband takes it really personally and finds it really offensive that I feel that way. And I just wondered where you sit on the kissing scale. Into it, not into it, somewhere in between. Anyway, love you. Love that Lily's back, but loved everybody else. So, bye.
Personally, I love being kissed. I think it is a wonderful thing. I will, however, say I do think it's quite a perverse thing.
As an act.
Yeah, because it doesn't, when, two, heterosexual people come together physically, and in like the animal kingdom, like they don't kiss, right? It's just like to impregnate the other one. It's like an evolutionary thing. And so kissing
I think chimps kiss.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is quite an odd thing that we've come up with to express.
Oh God. Now I wish I did the year that it was come up with. I couldn't find that. But I do agree with you that it's only something humans do.
Yeah.
In the animal world, there is a lot of other, beaks being rubbed, I suppose. Fish don't kiss.
Well, no, I suppose mummy birds like carry food and shove it down baby birds' throats, but that's not romantic. That's just, feeding. But it does feel great though. I love being kissed. I love kissing people.
I've just got some animal facts that I really want to do. Many animals engage, yes. These behaviours are diverse. Dogs sniffing and licking, of course, to elephants putting their trunks in each other's mouths. That is so sweet. Oh, I do like that it's just the whole world throughout evolution, as and the animal kingdom and human beings, we found a way to just show affection. But there are a lot of people that I've had sex relationship with that I haven't liked kissing. And then also the other way round, like lots of boys that I've kissed but never had sex with. Does that make sense? I mean, it doesn't need to make sense, but that just is my past. But I do remember like having a great sex life with someone and just not liking kissing them, which just felt strange. I feel like it's all going well when they're all entwined, when you want to snog someone and also be naked with them. That's when
the dream
really just the dream scenario. So if the lady is asking in the middle, into it, I would say we're very into it. Me and you, right? Very into kissing.
We love kissing.
Love to be snogged. Let's have another question.
Hi, Lily and Miquita. It's Emma, currently living in Germany. I love the podcast. It's got me through some rough times recently. I'm 40, so I feel like I kind of grew up watching and listening to you guys. Funnily enough, my 16-year-old daughter had the audacity to introduce me to your music, Lily, last week, which was quite funny. Anyway, on the theme, I remember my first proper kiss was a pretty rank experience on a pool table with a guy I didn't fancy in year 7, surrounded by lots of people shouting out instructions. So it was pretty romantic. And I just wondered what your first kiss was like. I think people tend to build it up quite a lot, and sometimes it can be a pretty disappointing experience. Thanks very much. Bye.
Lil, what is your first kiss? Because I had to rack my brain.
I'm just trying to think about who it was. I think it was a guy called at school.
B-Dales.
Actually, no, it can't have been, because I did like a snogathon on a trip at my school, at the one before that, where I like...
A snogathon.
Yeah, well, we were on a school trip to Naples, I think, and so and it was a coach trip, and there was 2 boys that I snogged on that coach trip, and the game was like, who could snog for the longest.
The longest.
I think we did like 20 minutes or something. It was like fucking ages.
One snog.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you, these little kids trying to sort of figure out what snogging even is. Because I suppose at that point you're still learning.
Yeah.
Still learning. Still a student of the kiss.
I will say, when you kiss someone for the first time and well, 2 things. It's either like disappointing, isn't it? Or it's like, oh my God, this works. They get me.
Oh.
It's nothing better than when you're like, meet your snogging match, I think.
Yes, because a boy asked me once, who do you think's a better kisser, me or you? And I was like, no, I don't think that's the question. It's more like, have we met our kissing match? Yes.
Yeah, I think it's just somebody that's on the same vibration as you, on the same vibrational level.
This is like making me giddy.
I remember like, snogging this guy and it just being like really rough, and then him like grabbing my tit and grabbing my ass and like unzipping my jumper. And I was just like, oh, I only just fucking met you, dude. Like, relax. It's like, I don't...
Yeah, that's not hot.
Well, I mean, I suppose it could be hot in some situations, but it wasn't. I didn't find it hot at the time.
No, that sounds a little aggressive. I like being surprised.
I like it being like, slow and like nervousy, like, oh my God, is he gonna kiss me? Like, or should I like stroke him? Or like, what should I do? Are we gonna do this? Like
the bit before, are we going to kiss?
And then it happens and you're like, oh!
Especially if you're crossing a line. And I have to say, between the ages of about 18 and 27, I think most of my straight friends I'd snogged. For sure.
Really? Interesting.
Wait, I have to tell. Do you remember who my first kiss is? It's Alexi. Do you remember? Mixed race Alexi from Fox. And do you remember what happened to Alexi?
No.
He became Jihadi George.
Oh, yeah, Jihadi George.
Oh, my God.
She does pick him. It is kind of crazy that your first kiss ended up there. That's pretty mental.
But it's not my story to tell, so we'll move on.
Let's move on.
Let's just move on.
Ed Poll's like...
That's what I mean. Next question, Will, please.
Hi, ladies. This is Leanne calling from Rugby in the Midlands. Obviously, huge fan of the podcast.
Thanks,
I think you're both incredible. I'm really trying this year to focus on my little joys, and you two bring me one of my little joys twice a week, every week, and I love it. So thank you both so much. My question for kissing is, what are your thoughts around kissing your children the older they get? I have a son who is 4 and a daughter who is 2, and I kiss them all day, every day, and I don't intend on ever stopping kissing my children. And I think there's such a weird stigma around kissing on the lips, especially, I guess, for boys and their mums. I still kiss my dad. I don't think it's weird at all. I'm a very affectionate person, and I just wonder where you stand on the older your children get, the less you kiss them, I guess. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Interesting question.
Well, I have 2 children. One of them, when I say give me a kiss, she just puts her forehead forward for me to kiss her on the forehead. And the other one wants full-on kisses on the lips. And yeah, I don't have a problem with either, whatever they want.
Yeah.
Whatever they're comfortable with.
The way that lady said, I still kiss my dad on the lips, implies that she's had a tactile, loving relationship with her parent. So she's probably following through with that. My mum will not kiss me. I'm like, kiss me. Show me you love me. Come here and hug me, and do not pat me on the back when you hug me. And I think that's because she didn't have a very tactile, loving parent. I mean, my nanny and my granddad John, no, my nanny is very loving. My granddad John and my mum's relationship is very fucked up, her relationship with her dad.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't think she's very huggy because of that. She's a very, like we're talking about my mother, she's very warm and open and huggy to others, but not to me. So keep kissing the girls is what I'm saying.
Yeah, we have lots of snuggles.
Yeah.
I just sometimes just feel it, like they need it. Like I'll be in my bed and I'll be like, Marnie needs me to go upstairs and get into bed with her and give her a cuddle. And then I'll go up and she'll be reading her book and I'm like, Snugs? Just like, yeah.
Snugs. Oh, I love that. Snugs. I mean, I don't think I'll ever forget getting cozy on the sofa with my mum. That's like her way of showing affection. Like all the kids get on the sofa under a duvet.
Well, I find that like when I'm in bed with them, snuggling is when we do like our, like, you know, that's when they're vulnerable and they do their can do deep dives on talking about emotions and stuff.
Get them cozy.
Yeah. And, you know, it's just like, you know, one-on-one time, you know, closeness, faces close together, like eye contact, trust.
Intimacy even.
Intimacy.
Right.
Yeah, that's when you know, you get the good stuff out of them. Not necessarily the good stuff, the bad stuff sometimes, but the stuff that needs to come out. But it's funny because I think I was a tactile kid, but as soon as I got my first boyfriend, Lester, a complete transference of intimacy. So not only did I, you know, not want to touch or, you know, be cuddled or be, you know, kissed by anyone in my family, I couldn't engage in it with them either. It was like, no, this person is where I put that now.
This is where I get it from Lester, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's incredibly like, you know, red flag, like codependent behavior that, you know, I just put all of my emotional dependency on one person.
But I think you also found a safe male figure for intimacy and were like over the moon and wanted to just dance and play in that.
Yeah, maybe.
But we'll save this for daddy issues. No, I'm joking. We did fathers while you're away. Don't worry. All right, let's have another question about smooching.
Hi, ladies. It's Andrew from Kent. Absolutely love the podcast. So thrilled to have you back, Lily. And I genuinely can't wait to see you both for Miss Me Live in Hackney later on this year. So excited. I wanted to drop a voice note around kissing. So this is probably more of a statement of fact, more than a question. But I don't know if it's about you ladies feel the same, but for me, you could have the world's hottest guy. They could be a god, but if they're a terrible kisser, I'm not interested. I feel like kissing's a really passionate thing. What do you think? Have you had any experiences with somebody who's a really bad kisser?
Yeah, I mean, it's like absolutely, what's the word when it's like endgame? Like, I don't think I'd kiss a bad kisser more than once. It would be just like there's nowhere to go from there.
Well, this is interesting. This is interesting because, you know, communication is everything within a relationship, right? So if you really like someone and you're attracted to them enough to kiss them, you know, perhaps there is a conversation to be had, you know, where you could ask to have your needs met. Say, I really like you, but I don't really like the way that we're kissing. Can we try it maybe this way instead?
Oh, God.
And
saying that to someone, jeez.
I know. Well, that's being vulnerable.
No, but I think that's a valid point because actually, as I said to you before we were recording, I don't think anyone's a bad kisser or a good kisser. It's about what's happening between those two people at that point. And yes, if you like someone could definitely be led and guided. I've done that with people, boys in their shit clothes. Like, you just be like, I think this would be better. I think Phoebe did it with Simon and his like bad art choices. It's just about like learning to ask for what you need, which is hard in life. Next question.
Hello, Lily and Miquita. It's Rose here from the Black Country. I have a question about kissing. I've had my partner now for about 1.5 years. And about 4 months in, he kind of just turned to me after we were kissing and he was like, I think we can work on this. Obviously, I was mortified. No one wants to think they're a bad kisser. But once I sort of got over that and realised that there was a lot more we could do to, you know, be a bit more lip compatible, shall we say, it's all got way better. And, you know, we're much more connected now. The honesty was appreciated. So what I want to know is, do you think you're a good kisser? Have you been told that you're a good kisser? And what would you say makes a good kiss? And like flip it around if you want, what makes a bad kiss? We'd just love to know. Thank you so much for everything. Love you guys. Have a great day.
Kiss in point. Thank you. And there's the title.
That's absolutely right, yes. So it does work. It does work.
There you go. See? Communication. And they're still together.
Do you think you're a good kisser?
Do I think I'm a good kisser? I do, actually. Yeah, I think I am.
Me too. Is that okay? I definitely do. Definitely think I'm a wonderful kisser. But that's not because, oh my God, it's embarrassing. That's not because like I have such good kissing lips, because I actually don't have like very big lips.
No, I think I'm just like intuitive. So I think that like I can go with that person's style, but then when it's like dominant and aggressive, it's just like you can't really respond to that in any other way other than just like being sort of like submissive. And I just like, I don't necessarily know that that's like where I want to start with someone.
But the good, gentle kissing that leads to foreplay, that leads to sex, is some of the best kissing you'll ever have in your life. Like, let's be honest, some of that kissing is up there with a great orgasm.
True.
I think.
True.
Definitely. There are kisses I'll never forget. Do you think there are kisses you'll never forget from like when you were like teens and 20s? Like first kisses with Lester and stuff, and you're so in love?
No, I don't remember.
Okay, cool. Wrong audience. That's not how you bank information. Because there was this boy, I can't even remember his name. Like, even still, look at me. I'm like, he lived in West Ealing and Sandy took us to his house. His family had a big house in West Ealing. Then we all went for a walk. He had glasses and like a green top on, and we snogged behind a tree and he fingered me. And it was so hot. No, but it was so hot. And I still remember it today as like a hugely erotic moment. And those kisses, I don't even remember his name. But if you are listening, young man in West Ealing,
give us a call. 08000 30 40 90.
30 40 90. Yeah, shout out to the boy in the green jumper and the glasses that kissed me good in a park in Ealing.
And fingered you. Next question, please.
Hi, Miquita and Lily. My name's Lucy and I am calling from Marple, just outside of Manchester. So the topic of kissing. My question for you guys is, me and my friends were having a wine and cheese night a couple of weeks ago, and we got onto the topic of kissing, and we all had slightly different views about tongues. One of us said that tongues is a must for snogging. You've got to use tongues every single time, otherwise it's not snogging. One of us said, if you're using tongues, that's like you're initiating sex, like we're about to get into it. And one of us said that never use tongues, like never. Been with our boyfriend for 4 years, never used tongues with him. So please settle this debate for us, which is the right way to use tongues. Thank you so much. Love the podcast. Love you both. Bye-bye.
Yeah, but this is deep, because without tongues, it's not a snog.
No.
So to be heavy petting, and I think that's what heavy petting is, because obviously it's always at the swimming pool, no heavy petting. So I think heavy petting's like kissing without tongues, if I'm right. And I think that you need the tongues for the snog to exist.
Hang on, isn't heavy petting is like groping boobs and stroking dicks, surely?
Oh my God.
No?
Oh my God. Oh, yes, I imagine, because there's water. So they're like, all that shit that you think we can't see downstairs, that's heavy petting. That's why people would be more inclined to do it in a swimming pool, right?
I just think the word petting implies like, touch.
Oh, right. Yeah, I guess
It's not to do with kissing.
Yes, you're right. God. They know it was because swimming pools did make me horny when I was a kid.
Heavy petting. That's a good name for a band.
It is actually. It is. But things did get hot and heavy at the leisure centre. We do a lot of our kissing after that. But anyway, what's the question? Tongues or no tongues? I wouldn't know what I was doing if there were no tongues. That wouldn't be a kiss to me.
Interesting that you think that she thinks that the introduction of tongues is an initiation of sex. I don't necessarily believe that to be true, but interesting.
Well, actually, Ellie just told me today when she was here and I said the Listen Bitch theme's kissing. She said that a lot of her friends in their long-term relationships don't like kissing their partners. They want to. This is in a heterosexual relationship, and the females that she knows want to kiss their partners, their male partners, and are wary of it because the male partner often or frequently thinks it's an initiation to sex, and if it's not, they get annoyed. But actually, often the other partner just wanted a bit of a make-out sesh.
Not annoyed. They get annoyed. Gosh.
Standard.
They get annoyed.
Yeah, so I feel like we should move on. But yeah, I think you need a tongue. My answer is you need a tongue, babe. But I love that our theme was something that you guys were talking at a dinner party a few weeks ago. I feel like we're in rhythm with the conversations of the nation anyway.
Zeitgeisty.
Mm-hmm.
You said it. Okay.
You said it.
I think it's time for a break. Little break.
Okay, darling.
I'm tired of kissing. I need to just relax my tongue muscles. And just chill for a couple minutes.
Welcome back. Who's ready to get necked or even heavy petted? We did get the description of heavy petting.
I'd like a hickey.
A hickey, and I don't like hickeys.
Ooh, I do.
Because I think hickeys say shit got hot and heavy. Instead of just
I rue the day that one of my children comes home with a hickey. I don't know how I'm going to deal with that, but it's an inevitability, isn't it? That's happening. There's already talks of crushes.
Yay!
It's a lot. It's a lot.
So it begins. Next question.
Hi, Lily and Miquita. This is Deb from Brisbane, originally from Manchester. Once when I was a teenager, I was getting a bit hot and heavy having a kiss with my boyfriend at the time, and it was extremely dark. And I thought it was getting really sloppy, and I thought, oh my God, what's happening here anyway? When the lights came on, we realised that actually he'd had a huge nosebleed all over my face. What's your worst kissing story? When did it happen, and how did you react? See you later. Thanks, girls. Bye.
Yeah, that's pretty awful.
That's terrible. My worst kissing story. I can't remember who it was or when it was. I just remember there being like a teethy kiss, which is a big no for me.
We haven't talked about that. Yes, people's teeth getting in the way. But then again, it's like everyone's like got a different rhythm that feels nice to them, and we want to be kind in our kissing. I'm just trying to think. There was this quite horrific moment. I think I was with Rose's stepson, and I think I locked him in a cupboard and forced him to kiss me, and I could feel his fear, and it didn't feel very sexy. But no, I don't think I've had like any like really embarrassing kisses or anything like that. I've been quite lucky with the kissing in my life. It's always been quite wonderful.
Oh, that's nice. I'm happy for you.
Lucky me. I want to talk about the Judas kiss, which is the kiss that Judas gave to Jesus to let the people that had come to kill him know that this was their man. That's a fucked up kiss, isn't it?
Interesting.
An act appearing to be an act of friendship, which is in fact harmful to the recipient. So that's a kiss that I have never had happen in my life. But just want to talk about Judas. Just wanted to get a bit of history in.
Yeah, I know what you're doing.
Just want to say Jesus once. All right, let's. Do you have anything to say? No, you talked about teeth.
Let's have another question, please.
Hi, love the show, love you both. This is a very quick question because I'm curious about other people's findings. When you have a first kiss with someone, if it's a bad first kiss, or there's no real spark or chemistry, do you then think you can go on to have good sexual chemistry with that person?
And likewise, if you have an insane good first kiss, fireworks, fanny flutters, the works, do you then think you can have shambolic sex? Or do you think you can tell the chemistry from the very first smooch? What do you think? Thanks.
No, this is what I was trying to talk about earlier, where I've had incredible, beautiful, like hearing Puccini in your head lifting above the ground, kissing with a number of people, and then not had sexual chemistry. And it is a fucking shocker. They actually depict this issue in Sex and the City season 5 when Carrie starts dating Berger, and when they first meet, it's like explaining Sex and the City to an alien, because I know you've never watched it and you don't care, but this guy is like a very like a mirror to her. He's also a writer, and he's got a girlfriend when they first meet. This is Carrie Berger, season 5. Everyone in the world will know what I'm talking about. And then, so it's a while till they finally get a chance to even start dating, because he breaks up with this woman, blah, blah, blah. Then they start dating, and their kisses are like next level. They're like shutting down restaurants because they can't stop kissing. And then they get in bed, and it's like quiet and like just terrible. And she tries twice. So Samantha then says to Carrie, what does she say? She says, fuck me badly once, shame on you. Fuck me badly twice, shame on me. And I think that's something we should all remember. But then they do get a better sexual chemistry, but it's always in the background. And he dumps her terribly. He's actually one of the worst that she ever dates. So I don't know. I think it's quite telling that if there is sexual chemistry within the kiss, it doesn't mean you're going to have good sexual chemistry in bed.
No, and there's nothing more disappointing, and I'm going to get shit for this, but when you are having a good kiss and then you go for a feel of the boner and it's like not giving. I would, it is what it is, right? You've got what you've got down there. I've had sex with people that have not been particularly well endowed and it been, good. It's not how big it is, it's how you use it. But if you're snogging someone and then you feel a massive boner, you're like,
oh yeah, let's go, I win. I'm the best.
Ticking all the boxes.
You're like, yay, erection.
I would feel bad about saying that, but you know what? The patriarchy has absolutely no problem with telling women and boys right and wrong with their bodies, so fuck them.
Fuck them, and also to balance it, we're going to do penises. Penises? Peni? Dicks? Willies? We're going to do that for a Listen Bitch upcoming.
Cocks.
This is a space for everyone. In it, the cocks episode of Listen Bitch. Very good point, Lily. Very good point.
Thank you.
God.
So insightful.
Yeah.
I'll have the next question, please.
Hi, Miquita. Hi, Lily. I proper love you both. It's Max from Shoreham by Sea, which is just right next door to Brighton. My question about kissing is, do you have one particular person who you've kissed who really just stands out above all others? I think a good kisser is like the sexiest thing in the world. You can't beat a good kisser. Once upon a time, many years ago, was having a work affair, an office affair. Both parties were single, actually, but we just didn't tell our colleagues. That's what makes it an affair. But yeah, oh my God, this guy was just the best kisser ever in the whole wide world. And still, 25 years later, I remember it vividly. So yeah, do you have anyone that stands out that you remember vividly?
Yes, I do.
But I don't want to fucking talk about it.
And still think about it all the time.
Oh my God, I have two. Still think about it all the time, and I'm not going to fucking talk about it. So that's how we're
giving
doing it.
them the power of knowing.
No fucking way. Last question.
Hi, Lily and Miquita. It's Iris. I hope you can hear me. I'm in the train toilet. But my question for today's Miss Me is, if you were to kiss any fictional character, who would it be and why? Love you.
Ooh.
Fictional?
A fictional character.
Yeah, but it's only Leonardo playing him. But Romeo in Romeo and Juliet, Baz Luhrmann, Leonardo won. What the fuck? I was actually looking it up now because I was thinking, what are my favourite screen kisses? And it's so brilliant. It's the one in the lift. And it's good because it's gentle and it's actually a kiss. It's not a snog, but it's fucking hot. Oh, he's so beautiful. Like, I can't believe I'm 40 and I still can't deal with that scene of Leonardo DiCaprio and Romeo and Juliet. But I can't. Look at me. I'm like red. He's not even here.
It might be Kevin Costner in Yellowstone for me.
Oh, yeah. The king of the American saga. Yeah. Your favourite niche space. Makes sense. Yeah. Is he a good character in that then?
In Yellowstone, yeah. He is, yeah. He's a great character.
He's like, owns the ranch, takes care of his family.
Yeah. And then some. He's sexy as fuck.
I'd kiss him in The Bodyguard.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting that we've both landed on Kevin Costner.
He's single now, I think, as well. Kevin, 08000 30 40 90. Imagine if we got a fucking WhatsApp message from Kevin Costner next week.
Hey, Lil, it's Kevin. I would do Leonardo DiCaprio. I would say call 08000. But what's happened to Leonardo DiCaprio is unfair and upsetting.
What's happened to him?
He's just fucking not attractive anymore. Oh. Like, Paul Newman was attractive till like 80. Leonardo DiCaprio, it's gone. It's really upsetting. It's really upsetting.
It's too much sun on those yachts.
I think it's too much sun and a refusal to grow up.
Bit of a Peter Pan situation going on.
Yes, it starts to affect you aesthetically, Leo, for God's sake. Anyway, I'll just, the heyday of Romeo and Juliet, I'll bask in for the rest of my life. Well, and that was Iris, Lily's cousin. Thanks, Iris.
That was Iris, my cousin. Also, Kevin Costner in Robin Hood was hot too. So we'll just, Kevin Costner.
I can't believe the biggest heartthrob of both of our lives is Kevin Costner. No, it's more yours. He's more yours. The theme for next week's Listen Bitch is quite interesting, Lily Allen. I want it to be public transport. But I'd like to shake up Listen Bitch for 1 week. And feel free to give us slightly more quizzy questions. Like, you know, like when they have like tube questions in the pub quiz, they're always very good. And me and Lily profess to live in London town and love this city and know this city. I'd be quite interested to know who knows it better.
What, so if it was like a question like, if you wanted to get from Islington Green to Tottenham Court Road, which number bus could you catch? That kind of thing.
Yeah. Or like, or like, think of us as city mapper.
What would be the fastest way to get from Tottenham Hotspur to...
No, but go on. I'll give you we'll save this. But that's exactly it. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly the energy. Theme for next week's Listen Bitch is public transportation. Public transportation.
It's all kind of public transportation everywhere in the world, okay? There we go.
You are all welcome here with your train stories from your cities and your towns and your countries.
Not even just cities and towns, rural areas too. I'm sure that there's, lots of interesting questions about public transportation in rural areas because it's few and far between. The options are limited.
I knew you'd love this theme. You're in it now, aren't you? You're kind of in it. Okay, we'll see you next week for all those shenanigans. Thank you very much, Lily Allen.
Thank you.
Love you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Soon.
Thank you for having me.
You're not a guest.
I know, that was the joke.
Oh, okay.